Theatre is a live show. Direct man-to-man communication occurs in theatre. Theatre is here now. Two parties of human beings, the performers and the spectators, they come to the same place on the same day at the same time, and something happens between them. Therefore, theatre is human action. We left the Proscenium Theatre in 1972-73 because we found that the Proscenium Theatre is full of barriers between these two parties that have come together. But by that very action, we could free our theatre from the dependence on money, and we could evolve a flexible, portable, and inexpensive theatre which we can show free to the people, because the costly paraphernalia of theatre, the auditorium, the stage, the spotlights, the sets, become redundant in this form. Therefore, in our theatre, payment of a specific amount of money is not the condition of entrance. And through our experience of the last 15 years or so, we have found that the voluntary donation paid by even the poorest community in the villages suffices to run our theatre. We don't have to sell tickets, we don't have to apply for any grant, we don't have to collaborate with big business houses or have a rich patron, and we are not only surviving but even thriving. In our theatre, content is the starting point, the primary point. We explore for the form which will be most suited to convey, to project our content most effectively, most intensely. Now gradually some other groups are also believing in our philosophy. So it is developing into a movement, not only in West Bengal, but in some other parts of the country as well.
When I came down from the Proscenium Theatre, and when we found that we can go where the people are, then a great possibility opened. Because we, urban, educated, middle-class people, we cannot be the forces that will change the society. Only the working population, the factory workers, and mostly in India, the working population is in the villages, the peasants. They can change the society, right? So now we can go to the peasants, to the villages. It's possible. So a philosophy started developing. In our case, that we will not do any theatre, but a particular kind of theatre. There are no art form is without content and form, right? In our case, form follows content. What is content? What we say, what we want to say. And what is form? How we say it. It's as simple as that. Now there are many experimental theatre groups, I hate that term. Experimental theatre groups, they are making experiments on form. Taking the art medium of theatre from point A to point B. That's very valid. I mean, in painting it has happened, in music it has happened, very valid. But not our way of doing it. First we want to say something, and that saying something is the same thing as we are trying to do in the political party. Social change. Very broadly speaking, social change. And then try to find out, explore, not experiment. Explore to find the form which will project our theme, what we want to say, as effectively, as intensely as possible. So every single play we take up, every single content we take up is a challenge, is a search for a new form maybe, effective form. So you see, it's not just experimentation in form to create it, but through the process there are a lot of experiments. But I would love to use the term exploring, because that is what it is. We explore for the form. That's why it's very interesting for us also. Every single play is a challenge.
ধরিয়ে আমি খালি বলবো বাদলদা আপনি একবার খালি এদিকে তাকাবেন, হ্যাঁ আচমকায়। বাদলদা, তো এখন আপনি একদম ওয়েল বিং ফিল করছেন?
বয়স কমে গেছে।
বয়স কমে গেছে
20 বছর।
20 বছর?
আরো কমবে, জানি না, সুপারনার মতন,
হ্যাঁ
দবুদের মতন।
হ্যাঁ
40-এ নামবে কিনা, বোঝা যাবে না। এই 20 বছর হয়ে যায় আবার হয়ে যায়।
তো থিয়েটার
করবো 100 বছরের কিছু সন্দেহ নেই।
হার্ট খুব সুন্দর, চোখ খুব ভালো,
হার্ট ভালো, ব্লাড সুগার প্র্যাকটিক্যালি নেই, ব্লাড প্রেশার দিনে 4 বার করে নিত নার্সিংহোমে। কেন নিচ্ছে নিজে নিচ্ছে? একবার তো আমাকে ব্লাড প্রেশার নিয়ে একটা মেয়ের নার্স, অভিজ্ঞ টেরেস্ট, ডাক্তার বললো খালি হার্ট দেবো, আমার থেকে ভালো, খালি লাস্টটা দেখবো।
হার্ট ভালো, চোখ ভালো, কান ভালো, সব রকম ঠিক আছে।
তো দূরে অপারেশন করে নিয়েছি,
একদম
অপারেশন হয়ে গেছে।
হ্যাঁ, সবাই চায় শতায়ু হয়, এটা হবে।
না ভাবি, ভেবেছিলাম শতাব্দীর সংসার শেষ হবে।
আচ্ছা,
আমাকে আর একবিংশ দেখতে হবে।
হ্যাঁ
75 যথেষ্ট।
হ্যাঁ,
তো ধরো 10 বছর কেটে গেল।
আপনার এই হয়ে গেল এটা 85,
ঘুরপাক খাচ্ছে।
হ্যাঁ 86 না 85 হয়েছে,
85.5।
কে
এসো।